Alrighty, let's pull that up. We are live. I believe Box, you are here. Baby cakes. Alright, I couldn't wait for him. We got to get started. Because I got a little work to do, hopefully not too much. As anyone already knows, we're going to be installing this. If we can get it to show up on the camera, that is, anyway. It's kind of reflective. Here it is, 8700K upside down. Regardless, we'll be putting that in. Don't need that box back there. Get out of the way. And of course, it's a stock cooler. Don't tell anyone. I know. Welcome back, Hornet. I'll be back after. Was it string? Well, hurry up and get back if you can. Hopefully, I'll drag it a little bit. We're gonna install this cooler as well. So we'll get to that here as we have a little bit of time. Dude, I don't want to go drag this out too terribly long, but we do have a little bit of work to do, so it will take some time. We are just going to finish this up. Again, this is a client build, not for me, of course. So we are going to hopefully boot it up tonight. Don't know if I'll do that on stream or not. We'll see just how it goes. But regardless, it will be at least in running order when I get done with it tonight sometime. So let's see who we have tuning in here for tonight. Putting in for the 69 car. Oh, there you go. Unfortunately, no racing tonight. We might have a stream later tonight. We'll see if we do go live with that one or not. But if we do, we'll definitely let you know if we are going live or not. Today is really all about finishing up this build. There we go. That did not want to come off for some reason. Alright, for anyone that hasn't been here for the first couple of these, this is the Thermaltake Suppressor 71. It is a tiny little thing, and yes, behemoth of a graphics card, 1080 in there for the Win edition, of course. But we need on this side over here, hopefully you'll be able to see in there best you can, as we're going to get these cables ready to go in here. Again, one big fan is right here, of course, and we'll see if we can't get some light in here for y'all to see that a little bit better. I do have my light, of course. We got the one big fan right in there, and of course it has its own fans, so not a whole lot of airflow. Hopefully it's enough. Which setup is that, Baldy? Is that the this setup here you're talking about, the one? The little bitty one, or the one in the background? Because that one, let's see if I can get a good pan shot of that. We'll see if we can loosen this camera thing. Yes, it is giant. There we go. There's the one I'm working on in the background, my new PC. It's got a lot of work to do still, but we do have more parts coming tomorrow. So we do have all that coming. So we'll be working on that here shortly. If you look down, we have parts and coming tomorrow, the fittings and stuff. They'll be here later tomorrow. UPS is always late to my house. We'll see, maybe they show up early on a Saturday. But tomorrow, regular mail, USPS, we do have a new water block coming. We'll be opening that and showing that off. But before we get to that, of course, let's get to this processor. Pop that gnarly little black thing out. I hate these things. They are a pain to get back on if you've ever had to put one on. Those little black things for the processor do not like to go back on once they've come off. Or came off. Coming off, whatever. Regardless, let's see what we got here. Line this little thing up. Obviously, it's only going to go in one way. And I don't know what I did with my thermal paste, so that could be interesting. We are gonna clamp that bad boy down. Processor is installed. Yes, this is a little bitty case. The smallest one I've ever built in, so we got that in. By far. We'll see if we can get a shot of this real quick here on the front end of this. Without, we'll just set that right there. Well, if we say that, there it goes. Give you a shot of this the front of this thing. That is the graphics card right there, of course. It actually comes out past the case and almost to the fan. That is how big this thing is and how little this case is. But it does work. I looked it up and they said it would before I bought it. So I did make sure of that because the client that is getting this one does want to do 4K video. So he does need a pretty hefty graphics card. So that is why. And this thing does not always want to go back on. I will lie. I won't lie. It is a bit of a challenge to get it back on sometimes. It is a tight fit. So hopefully we can get this thing back on here. Take those cables out of the way. Yeah, see this one side. I don't know if you can see it. With this card on here, it does not want to go on right here. So it is a bit of a finagle fest to get it in there. These cables in the way aren't helping anything for sure. But again, this is live. This is only my second time ever putting this front of this case back on, and so you're getting to see everything I see. It just does not want to go on. So it is clearing it. It just doesn't want to go on. So I've had this fight already once this week. And it looks like we're going to fight with it again. So, we'll see if it can get it on. Hopefully everyone out there's not making fun too much. Yeah, that behemoth finish is going to be nice. And again, let's see. I'm going to tear it up. Getting it on, that's for sure. Everything's lining up. That card does not want to go on at all. We'll see if you can see what I'm looking at. There we go. Now finally, it's just getting it just perfect to get it on with that graphics card on there. It is a royal pain to get it on. I am not gonna lie. And I definitely I like the case, and it's not knocking the case at all. Obviously, this case has nothing to do with it. It is strictly the fact that it's just, a pain to get that big of a card in here. It is able to take it in there, but it's just, it doesn't want to go perfectly anyway. But someone tell Mike he should get in here. He needs to build one of these little cases on stream one day. Alright, let's get this in here. Debating, I'll probably just leave that thermal paste on there. It does have some, so we'll probably just leave it on there since it is just a fan cooler. And so that's it. That is our fan cooler right there. It is a not small, but it ain't huge either. So we're gonna get this back plate on and get this screwed in. So hopefully this can be done easily one-handed. We're about to find out regardless. Tuck these cables in. And we'll see which way is going to be the best one to do this here. Get this trash out of the way. Alright, you didn't see that trash get thrown, so. There's those. Yes, for anyone that's wondering, I do have the ugly mustard cables in there. There you go, wait on the trimming, that's fine. Yeah, it is. I will probably replace it here. Once I do some testing on it, I'll see how it does. It is a very thin layer. I don't know. You can see there, pretty much nothing there. I'll do some testing on it. This client isn't building their new house. They don't need this for another 5 months, technically. So I will do some testing on it before I ship it out. I'm not just going to ship it to them. So yeah, that will be coming up, but we are not getting it through this side. It's going to have to be through this side, which means we are going to have to use the old screwdriver to pop this bad boy out. For anyone that wasn't here during the first stream, these little trays for the things, they are not easy to get in and out. I will tell you that right now. They were not the easiest to get in. I didn't even take this one out. So slide it over and out. We'll stick that over there. We don't need it at the moment. But again, these were not easy, and that was doesn't even matter. I'm gonna have to take the motherboard out. Probably shouldn't have put it in yet, but that was my mistake. Yeah, there you go. You learn, and you live and you learn. I have not put a case in this small before. Not thinking clearly here that the fact that the power supply is right underneath it. So, yeah, I used to use Arctic Silver. I still have some. I typically use the Grizzly, Thermal Grizzly. It's what I have somewhere laying around here. I don't know what I did with it. That's why I'm maybe not going to put it in right away. If I can remember what I did with it, I would. But, yeah, that is what I do. And this build is just getting better and better every minute around here. And we have to completely take this graphics card out, too. So, it sits right on top of the motherboard tray. So, we're going to have to take it out as well. So, for anyone that missed it on the first time, you get to watch it all over again. Let me read chat behind me. Now, Best Buy carries Arctic Silver too, I think. They also carry their off-brand, and it is really off. So, yeah, we're going to have to pop this off yet again here. Let's put that over there. Again, for anyone that missed the first build, where you get to watch, or the first round of building, you get to watch it again. As we are going to have to pop this bad boy off again. Let's get to it. There we go. Get that loose. Yeah, I didn't even think about this fact, but apparently we're going to have to. Oh man, that's a tight fit in there. Alright, put that, just set it right over there. Don't need it at the moment, but that's what this was blocking. I don't know if y'all can see it very well, but there's a screw. Oh, we go. There's a screw there and a screw there. So two screws that thing was blocking, so I can get this thing off. And we can put the cooler on it. So note to self: make sure you check where the screws are. And I was, again, this is the first case I built in this small one, so I was not thinking when I put this thing on, thinking I'd go ahead and install it, and then realized, well, I couldn't, because I couldn't get to the backplate area for the actual fan cooler or water cooler. I could have went with water cooling, but it would have been a little bit more challenging, and this is a fairly simple, straightforward build, so that being said, now that we got that out, let's push that as far back as we can. We'll stick that there. And there you go. If it's in a syringe, it either was good stuff or a crackhead made it, one of the two, but probably pretty decent stuff. I would imagine. Best Buy typically doesn't sell too much horrible stuff, so I would imagine you probably got something pretty good. Seeing how I used to work there, I kind of have to say that. So actually, I don't, but yeah, they do sell some fairly decent stuff. So I agree. I doubt you got anything too bad. So get this thing screwed on. Whoops. Hell, if we don't drop the screwdriver first, that tends to not help things. Alrighty. Alright, we got two in. Again, this is probably the first time, other than a stock cooler, that I've actually used a fan cooler in a long time. So, pardon me if I screw it up getting it on. It's not something I typically use, so we're gonna get this thing screwed down. Alright, all four are in, so we're good there. Now it's just a matter of tightening these bad boys down. I really do like spring-loaded ones. They go just to the right tension, so you don't over-tighten things, which you can do. There you go. Yeah, our Best Buy here, quite frankly, no disrespect to our Best Buy, but they're junk. They do not have a whole lot of anything. So that's unfortunate, but it is just part of it, so. Yeah, our Best Buy doesn't have anything. We're a little podunk town, so they don't give us a whole lot of anything around here. Now, my little tripod that I bought is right in the way of chat, so yeah, ours has mostly washers, dryers, refrigerators, and just a bunch of useless junk that computer people don't really need. So yeah, I'm with you. Not a whole lot there, but looks like we do have this installed. There you go. You can see it. It is installed, ready to go back into the computer after that little mess up there. So we're good. We'll see you again. We're gonna see what the temps are on this thing before we do. And yeah, they definitely have cell phones. They sell some cell phones over there. They sometimes have some decent deals too. I won't knock their cell phone deals. What a lot of people don't know, and let me know if anybody knows this in chat, or if you did know it before coming to chat today anyway, that if you go in Best Buy, if they carry a product like a motherboard or fans, coolers, anything like that that you get at Best Buy, if it's on Amazon or Newegg or B&H Photo, a really high reputable place like that, they will actually price match it for you. As long as it's sold and shipped by them, they will price match it. So not sure if anybody out there knew that, but if you didn't, well, you do now. So you can actually pick it up today and get the price of Amazon or Newegg or like B&H Photo. So something out there, if you didn't know, now you do. Yeah, so definitely good to know. And the thing is, for some odd reason, they don't tell people that. They would probably get a little bit more business if they did. But yeah, when I was there years ago, they officially announced that when some French dude took over as CEO. That you really couldn't understand if you were American, but yeah, he took it over, and that was one of the things they implemented, that they would price match competitors like that. So just a little tidbit of information. Hello, there it is. Well, I didn't expect this to have to take this whole thing apart again, but hey, you live and you learn. Again, first time doing this particular case, so what are you gonna do, right? We'll go ahead and put that fan in its place. I don't think that thing has enough cable to wrap around. Let's see. Yeah, not gonna be enough to wrap around. We might gonna stuff it in there in the corner. I know y'all can't see all of what I'm doing. I will show you here in just a second though. It's basically right now just putting this cable in, trying to somewhat hide it. It's not really working. That is one major flaw, and it's not really even a flaw with this case. It's not a flaw with any case this small. There is just no real room for cable management at all. If anybody that's seen the build behind this one that you can somewhat see in the camera, you know I am dedicated to cable management. I'm dedicated to stuff like that. However, this case is not going to have much of it, so we'll do the best we can. That's probably how this is going to go for cable management. Just put it behind there so the fan still spins and it doesn't actually hit the heatsink itself. So, fairly simple on that one. That being said, let's whip this bad boy around and get this graphics card back in here. We'll try to make this as easy for y'all to see and still be able to get this in as well, but you do have to come in from the top to get this thing in. It's a little easier this time around, I think, than it was the first time. As that first time, it was not easy at all. Try to get this thing in here as easily and quickly as possible. Alright, so we are in good this time. Didn't take near the problem it took last time. Which ones? Let's see if I can reach in. Oh, you're talking about these, so are you talking about these two right here? If I knew what I did with the cables, those are actually for an antenna, because this is going to be a home theater PC. So those are actually for antennas. Which, there we go. I know I put them in here somewhere. There's one of them. There's the other one. It's actually for these right here. We'll show you. We'll put one on real quick. Get that crap out of the way. But yeah, they will, they just screw in like so. And then you can bend them up or turn them sideways, however you want them to go. And then the other one, of course, goes in there as well. See if I can get that a little lower for y'all. There we go. But yeah, that's all that's for. Just so it has antennas, since it is a home theater build. But we'll probably install those. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not even sure if he's going to officially use them, but he could if he wanted to. But that is them. Just two little bunny ears, antennas, whatever you want to call them. Alright, so we got one fan in. Let's get this cable here with our little 3-prong fan. Get that one installed. Alright, so let's see. Again, this is the first time I've put it together. I don't know how easily or hard y'all can see those, the little bitty ones. I have not put these in before. So the little reset power switch, all that, I've never put those in here. So I may have to read the manual to find out exactly where they go. I've never used this particular motherboard either. So this could get very interesting to determine where everything goes. We'll definitely do our best, as we are going to figure out where everything goes on this board. Trying to figure out where the thing goes. Obviously, it's pretty simple where my USB 3.0 goes. I don't know, again, how easy it is for y'all to see. We'll turn this on its side here. We've got a little light in here. Trying to figure out where all this stuff goes. We do have our 24 pin, of course. We'll lamp it up. There's your 24 pin right there. We got our USB 3.0, and then obviously those. Another fan hub right in there. It's so bright you can't even see it, but yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on in here for such a little tiny board. So we're trying to get everything in, and of course installed properly, and still somewhat look nice. But it's not going for nice, we're going for functionality here, folks, and that is exactly what the client wants. He wants it to run good, so that is what we're going for. We do have our 8-pin down there. And it looks like, we'll see. Again, I'm having to do this for the first time along with y'all. So we have our audio cable. Trying to figure out where the little sucker's gonna go. Let me check right in here. Ah, yeah. Hopefully we do not have to do this again. Right in here, you can't see it, but there are some plugs right there, and I think we're gonna have to take this graphics card out yet again in order to get it in. So, again, working with these little small form factor builds like this, that is fortunately a problem I may run into a lot. I'm going to have to work on making sure I don't put the graphics card in first. Again, this is brand new to me, so definitely something I will be making sure to check into from now on. Give me 1 second, I gotta check my phone, as I do have a quick message I need to send out. Alright, let's send that message real quick. Being poked in my TeamSpeak. Alright, so it looks like, I'm not sure. Look at our audio cable. I don't know if you can read. Obviously, you probably can't read that. That is the HD audio that I have to put in. And I gotta figure out which one of these it's gonna go in. Is, you know, usually it has it labeled HD audio. This one, however, does not have it labeled. So we do know it's missing a pin there. That one's on the end, and so from the looks of it, again, y'all cannot see this. We're gonna get more than one camera here so you can get different angles. But from the looks of it, it is gonna go. A little light in here. It's gonna go right in here. You can't really see it through all the mess, but there's a little plug right there that it's gonna go in. So that's what we're trying to get this thing plugged into right now. Again, that looks to be like our HD audio, and it does say audio 1, so that is indeed our HD audio port, or plug, whatever you want to call it. Not very well labeled. I wish it was. That is a downside with this motherboard. I do wish that was labeled just a little bit better. Now let me grab the book here. Yes, I don't typically read these books, but I am gonna have to read the book for just a second here to figure out where these little pins are gonna go. And I don't speak French, so we are going to have to get to the English section. Unless anybody here knows French and can translate this for me. I, however, do not know French, so kind of out of luck on that front. Alrighty, where is the section on this thing? Installing a processor. Pretty sure we already passed that step by now. Okay, here we go. That's what I'm looking for. Right there is a little instruction manual on where everything goes. It's actually this one right here. I don't know how well y'all are going to be able to read that. On this side, yeah, that's the little section I need. Just letting me know what goes where. The problem is, let's see. Well, it's not going to be a problem, so I'm going to have to read this while plugging these things in. So let me find this cable. I typically separate these out a little bit more. You can see I tend to separate them a little bit. They seem to be a little easier to get in that way. Otherwise, they are all right there in your face trying to get in the way, and it just does not always work. So I typically separate them out more. You don't have to. I just find it to be a little easier. Alright, so one is going to be on this side. Sorry if I don't read chat. How you know what your daughter teaches you. I know the feeling. I don't have a daughter, but that's about what it is. I failed Spanish, so. HD LED. So where is my HD LED? Alrighty. I'm gonna need a flashlight. Alright, so we got that one in. Next is gonna be the power LED plus and minus. Alrighty. Alrighty. And this is where the real fun begins, getting these little boogers in. Ah, I cannot keep a hold of them today. Alright, I'm trying to keep I'm on chat as well. Reset. Alright, get my reset switch. Alrighty. Alright, that one's in. And then according to this one, this is going to go right here. Alright, well, let's hope those are right, folks. And those are probably the hardest thing for everyone. I don't know who in here has built a PC. I know we got Baldier. I don't know if Hornet is still here. Box, if you guys are here, let us know who all here has actually built their first computer. Who is looking to build their first computer? Definitely let me know. I'm here. Obviously, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. We'll do everything we can to help out anyone, of course. I had a lot of help when I got started, so I have no problem paying it forward and helping out others as well. Well, that's just hopefully the nature of most PC building people and gamers and stuff. We like to help each other out. I would hope anyway. I know I got a lot of help, so I like to help people too. Oh. There we go. We're getting somewhere now. Alright. Now that we are officially in, and let's hope we are in anyway. There we go. Well, there you go. Your first one is usually the toughest one. I will say that. This build here being an exception to the rule right now, as I've had to take this graphics card out like 4 times already. But typically, your first one is the toughest one. After that, I will say it gets a little easier. Typically, anyway. So, why will this thing? There we go. Did not want to go in. The little, you can't see it, but the little cap thing that goes over there for the graphics card did not want to stay in. So, let's see here. Let's get our cables out. Again, this computer, probably the worst cable management I've ever done. But then again, it's not exactly intended to look pretty. It's intended to work, and that's what it's going to do. We switch over to see chat here. Yeah, it is very addicting. I can imagine it probably is easier to justify before you have kids. Well, there we go. Yeah, definitely easier to justify with for kids. I could definitely see that one for sure. Alright, let's get this thing plugged in here. Oops. I'm telling you, I have dropped everything today. I don't know why, but I can just not pick anything up today. I can hardly see in there, but I'm pretty sure it's going like this, so. Okay, I'm going to turn the light again. And this thing is black, and all these cables are black, and it is very difficult to see, to be honest. So I have no problem using a flashlight. Okay. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with that. That should work. So again, knock that down. We'll let you get a look inside here. It is not pretty. The cables management is not pretty in this thing. I'm not trying to keep any of these cables managed perfectly or anything. It's just a mess in there. But hopefully, I don't think it's going to affect airflow too much, as it's one big fan. So I don't see too much trouble coming from that. We'll see if we got a chat. There you go. Yeah, first build, if you've been tinkering with them, they go pretty smooth. My first build was, I guess, fairly simple until I switched over to water cooling. Then it went through the roof. Everything changed when I started doing that. So that made things a little more difficult, but we managed to knock it out. So that was how that went down. Again, anyone that watched the first one knows what a pain these little boogers are to get in here. We're gonna move these out of the way, and I never did get a response from my message, so must have got off. But we're gonna try to get this thing back in here the way it came out. These little guys do not want to go in here the way they came out. They're finicky, to say the least. Oops. We are knocking stuff down like crazy over here. Okay, so, again, y'all can't see that very well, but there's this little lip goes under it. We'll see if you can see this on the camera. That little lip right there. You see that little lip right there goes under it. So getting that under that is what wants to cause the issues. You have to be really finicky about it. Let's see, chat. If you ever get into water cooling, Definitely look at Thermaltake first. That's the brand, obviously, I use. I recommend them. Um, I think they're one of the best out there, especially with their new C Pro fittings. Um, they are hands down uh, the best fittings out there. Period. You don't have to try to wedge your tubing in anymore like you used to with those fittings. You can actually kind of not really stick them there. You just put the two ends on, uh, cut them to the lengths you need, and then if they fit smooth and flat, then you put it on. It makes it so much simpler. As we're gonna try to get this thing screwed on eventually tonight. I really don't even need it in there. I may leave it out. We'll see. Maybe it'll help the airflow a little bit. But again, this thing gave us fits before on the other one, and it's doing it again here. So, yeah, this is the kind of stuff when we need Steve. I don't even know if Steve would be able to help with this one though. As it just not want to fit in there. Sorry about scraping my mic there. Oh. It just, oh, there we go. I just gotta scoot it over. Oops. That is not what I intended to do, but it is in there. It is a little bit of a challenge to get those in. I am not gonna lie. Probably a little bit more than it should be. Maybe I did it wrong, but in the end, it's not broke. It's in there, so that's good. Alright, now we'll make sure the screw goes back in. Oh, I say it's in there. It ain't in until the screw goes in, so. And there goes the screw. Oh. We're just going to leave that. It's pretty secure. It doesn't have a hard drive on it anyway, so it's staying. It does not want to come out. So, yes, don't say anything. We do have the mustard cables in here. Went for the cheaper cables or power supply. It's not the whole fancy modular I'm used to working with, but again, I will reiterate, this power supply is not about cable management. It's not going to be seen, really, so it's not intended to be seen anyway. So cable management is not going to be all that important, so why waste money on a modular power supply intended for hiding cables? It just wasn't really necessary. That front fan, give me a second, it's massive. It is probably 1,000 millimeters. I forgot what size it is. Obviously, it's more than a 140. I can't remember what size they said is in it. It is massive. Let me put it up on their website real fast. TTUSA or TT Store USA. I think it is TTStoreUSA.com. We'll find out. It is a mini PC case. Alright, give me just a second. We will find out. It is a 200 millimeter fan, is what comes stock in here. Yes, that is a stock fan. I did not put that in here. So anyone that does want to look at it, three 200 millimeter fans. That is some serious cooling there, right, for sure. But yeah, that is that case. And while we're here, we're gonna check up on our packages. One is in Texas, and the other still left California. So they're both scheduled to be here tomorrow. So we'll keep an eye on that. But let's get this power supply plugged in. Pretty sure I turned that on, but apparently not. Okay, so get this little bad boy. Ouch! I hit my mic again. Pardon me. Okay. Well, there it is. You got your 24 pin in. Turn this bad boy back over. I'm gonna pull this down a little. Alright, pull that down just a little bit. I'm gonna blind myself with the light first. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, that is a lot of fans. Alright, this is my CPU one. Yes, there are some serious mustard cables in here, but again, we're not trying to hide cables, so why not, right? Trying to hide cables, I don't recommend getting this. I recommend getting a fully modular cable. It would be cool maybe one day down the line, maybe Thermaltake themselves will invest in, or I guess not invest, but get some custom cable company or do custom cables themselves. Then I could just use Thermaltake custom cables as well. That would be cool. But for now, I have to go through Cable Mods is who I use for all my custom cables. If I do custom cables anyway. Alright, so only thing that's left is our power supply. Our power to our hard drive. Yeah, we can get it out there eventually. So we'll plug that in next. And oh crap! I hate it when I do that. You grab a hold of it and then your finger slips, and then down she goes. Okay. Get this thing plugged in. That's the right direction. Once again, of course, I dropped something. There we go. Okay, so we got power to the hard drive. We got power to the fan. We got power to the motherboard. RAM obviously has its own power. I think we have everything powered up that needs to be powered. We're just gonna get these jumbled mess back together over here. Won't be seeing this anyway, so we'll just pile it in there. Make sure the fan still turns freely. And I hear something going on it. So something is getting in the way here. I know what it is. Ah, it is that cable. It can go right back down there. There we go. Now we're sound free. So that is good. That there. Again, she may not be the prettiest on top, but hey, not a lot you can do for cable management when you're looking at a box. So you do what you can, and that's really all you can do, really. So one of those deals that kind of sucks, but you get the job done. So I am curious out there for the ones that have built or building. What case do you have in mind? And what kind of plans do you have? Are you gonna mod it in any way, or are you just gonna keep it stock? All right, we get to struggle with the front of this case again. All right, that went on a lot easier that time. Yeah, we're always curious what kind of plans you have for your computer build, if you have any plans anyway. It goes on the other side. I'm gonna scratch up my own case. Yet, good thing the thing is tempered glass and does not scratch easy. All right. Well, I think we finally have everything installed on this. Before we call it complete, though, we have to check one thing, and that's to make sure the power button works. Make sure I got all my little cables plugged in right, and that is going in crooked, so. You have to adjust that a little bit. Why is it going in crooked is the question. It can only go one way, so. Alright, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Want to build your own custom paste? Yeah, it does though, and it looks like a subwoofer. And surprisingly enough, that is why we went with this case. I talked to the client, and he wanted this case. And when I showed it to him, he loved the look of it because he is actually using this. He is building a house in the next 5 months, and it is going to have a home theater in it with like a million-inch screen, and he wanted something that would do 4K and that would look good. And this one went with it. Even though it's really not going to be seen, he is going to have a subwoofer down there. So this little beauty seemed perfect. It looks like a subwoofer. I thought about maybe we paint a subwoofer on the front. I don't know. But it did. It looked clean for the build. It looked like something that would go in a home theater system. It's already got a scratch on that plastic, but oh well. It did look clean, so that's why we went with it, because it does look similar to a subwoofer. And I'm not going to boot all this on all the way. I do have the power cord here. We're at least going to see if this thing will boot on. It doesn't have Windows on it yet. I do have to get that. I have it somewhere. It's in a little disk, but obviously we're not going to use the disk. We're going to use a flash drive. But as you can see, actually you can't see, right now I don't have it hooked up. My tower's right there. My monitors are behind us. So I don't have all my monitors hooked up at the moment. I do have 3 extra monitors for this that I typically plug in when I'm trying to boot it up. So to do testing and stuff like that. So we will definitely be checking for that. Fingers crossed the power supply does work, so give me just a minute while I plug this in. Alright, sorry about that. My chair is super squeaky. I've got to get a new one. But we'll see. Did it work? Well, you looky there. Power button works. Good news, I didn't get all the little cables hooked up right. So you are the first here to see. It doesn't have Windows on it yet, but she is alive. She is booted up. We got fans going on the CPU, on the graphics card. The fan is going on the CPU. We don't want to tilt it right now. And the fan is going in the front. So all the fans are going. Power is on. I would call that a success. All that's left now is to get Windows on it. I'll go through. For anyone that builds a computer, I recommend one of the first things you do is put on IOBit uninstaller. If you don't have it, go check it out. You can actually uninstall some of the stupid little Windows things they put on there that you don't ever use, you don't want to use, that they don't let you uninstall. This allows you to uninstall those, and you can do a complete uninstall and get all the residual files out of there. So I recommend getting that. But there you go. There you have it. Not sure how long we've been live here, but we've been live for a little bit. Regardless, though, you are the first here to see that it is live working. I see we got 5 people out there. Hopefully, we got some new people here. Definitely follow if you want to see more. Next up, tomorrow, we are going to be unboxing, of course, the new Thermaltake CPU block that I'm getting, courtesy of a friend. And then, of course, that is going to go in this one right here. We'll let you get a look-see at that one. That is what it's going in. We also are getting some fittings in. And don't forget, anyone that wants to do a custom loop and you want to pick out your colors, we put a poll up on it. We are actually going to be mixing some dyes tomorrow. I'm going to have, I'm not going to waste money on coolant just to mix it up. So, cheap alternative for anyone that wants to play with dyes, get some milk. It's opaque. It looks just like the coolant, but it's milk. And you can get some powdered milk. It's even cheaper. So get you some of that. Mix it up. We'll be playing with that. Milk dyes, so we'll get the opaque look. And we will also be doing some clears. I got some distilled water as well. So a lot of stuff going on. And yes, that is the beast in the background. And you can't really see the 2 reservoirs. Actually, you can. If you look, you can see one there and one there. So both of those are in there, ready to go. We'll be testing colors tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Actually, correction. Colors will be Saturday, depending on when they come in. If UPS does good by me here and gets them here early, we'll go ahead and do those. If not, we're just going to be unboxing and showing off the new CPU block. If it does come in time, we'll do the die kit testing tomorrow, unboxing that, showing off all the new fittings we're going to do, and maybe cutting some tube and getting some stuff put in this case. It's referred to as the Beast now. That's another thing. You might help me come up with a name. We have the Beast as one of them. As Tony would tell me, the computer's more famous than I am. We've deemed it called the Legend because it is cooler than I am. So a lot of different names out there that we have options for. But yeah, it's gonna be a beast. If you want to see what all's gonna be in it, you can scroll down to the below the video here, and you can actually see the specs that are going to be in it, or what's currently in my one and what's going in the new one. It's kind of a mesh between the two, as well as, of course, our donate link and our upcoming schedule. So, that being said, hopefully you will follow and share with all your buddies out there to get them follow. We'll be doing more builds here shortly. So, of course, as always, stay tuned for that. And if you haven't joined the Discord group for Newegg Plays, I think you should. And you know what? Just for that, we are actually going to put it here in chat. So if you haven't joined the Newegg group, Discord group, do so. It is a bunch of tech-minded people hanging out in there 24/7. We're always having a good time. So come join us, and we'll see you there. And I'll see you at the next stream tomorrow as we do some unboxing.